Hi, this is Beru, and I am going to walk you through healing the Alakir encounter from a Resto Druid perspective. Phase 1 of this particular encounter is probably one of the most challenging, largely because a lot of the mechanics require a good bit of personal accountability from each player. There's a lot of things going on, and every player has to kind of make sure that they are aware of what's going on around them in the encounter to ensure their survival. I basically, during this phase, keep my life bloom on the tank and, just keep those people in range of me topped off. You're going to see here that I'm going to opt to go over the edge during this wind burst when it lines up with the tornadoes. It's important to note that sometimes going off the edge is absolutely the right answer for the fight. You don't always have to make the decision between, a wind burst and a tornado and the frost patches. You can take the option of, kind of taking a dive to navigate the mechanics of the fight. We're going to take this second wind burst here, and I was able to line up my tornadoes so that I could stay on the platform right before the wind burst. And we move into phase 2. There is a lot of AE damage that happens in phase 2. So I am going to heal that by, tossing out rejuice on the raid and wild growth and swift mending on cooldown to help the other healers handle the damage. We 7 heal this encounter. Everybody helps a bit with, the tanks and then, a lot of raid healing. You're going to notice as these squall lines come by that I actually adjust my camera angle when I know there's a squall line coming to face the squall line so that I am facing the gap in that squall line to better be able to navigate where I need to be standing in relation to where that gap is to make sure that I don't get picked up in the squall lines. I find that to be a pretty effective way to navigate the squall lines, and you'll see throughout the video several times my camera angle is going to change as the squall lines are coming so that I can, see where the gaps are more effectively. I'm in Tree of Life here, just tossing out life blooms to try to combat the AE damage that is occurring during the fight. We have a tank on Alakir and a tank that picks up the Stormlings here. We don't actually have anybody DPS those Stormlings until the third one is active. And then once that third one is active, we pretty much knock them out, one up, one down. And that allows us to keep those stacks on feedback on Alakir without any of them dropping and easily handling the Stormlings. You're going to see here that I'm going to Tranquility as our stacks start to grow in this phase just to keep everybody topped up. You see a lot of ground effects from all of the healers here, Healing Rain, whatever the priests put down, and Efflorescence. And basically it's just, a matter of keeping the raid topped up and keeping the feedback up on Alakir. We bloodlusted after our 4th feedback. When we were first doing this encounter, we actually didn't lust until the 5th one. But because we've become fairly proficient at the fight, we lust a little earlier just because we found that we were getting into phase 3 before we actually maximized the bloodlust that we had. Our tank right here that's tanking the Stormlings just got picked up in a tornado, and we have life gripped him out of that to make sure that he didn't die. And again, it's just a matter of keeping the raid up and keeping the damage on Alakir and the Stormlings so that the feedback stacks don't drop. I actually, as you can see here, just got nicked on that squall line and got picked up and was life gripped out of it as well. Phase 3 is probably the next most challenging part of the fight. We opt to start at the bottom. So what we do is we mark one person and we all converge on that person at the bottom here. And as the phase goes, you're going to see that we all go up once those new electric clouds start, and then we converge back on this person. You're going to see sometimes that I end up either too high or too low, and that's me making sure that I'm out of the cloud, but then quickly adjusting back to make sure that I'm with the rest of the group and I'm not putting an electrical cloud somewhere that's going to be a detriment to my group. So, I'll go up, and then if I'm too high, I'll come back down, but that just ensures that I get out of the cloud below me and then can move down before the next cloud comes out. During this phase is just, again, a lot of raid healing, a lot of rejuves going out, wild growth on cooldown, swift mend on those that need it. I tend to keep life blooms stacked on myself here just because I want to make sure that I stay equally as healed, and it's an easy way for me to keep my life up. Once we reach Alakir's belt there, you see that we make the call to go all the way to the top. And what we do is we go to the top and then start working our way back down. And what that does for us is by the time we get back down to where those first lightning clouds had formed, they're all going to be gone. So we, basically buy ourselves more room to navigate Alakir's body, which means we can take longer on the fight if need be. So we're just going to continue through the encounter. I keep, life bloom on myself and keep the rest of the raid up, and that's pretty much the entire fight. Please don't hesitate to let me know if you have questions, and I hope you found this video helpful.